G'day guys, welcome to another episode on my Let's Play. As you can see, I've made some changes around the base, and I was just thinking and that maybe I want to, that's very flat up there, so we might try to make some changes there as well. But yeah, so I've added in some fireworks when this finished brewing. So as you can see, I'm getting some various potions of my 4 kinds that my auto brewer will make, and enjoying the show. Also got copper lying around to oxidize as we move on getting stuff done on this next section out here, which I've got the designs for and will be working on today. Not much left to get. I've got pretty much all items except I'm still missing just a couple, so 21 of those slabs which are currently oxidizing, and then the frog lamps, which I don't actually have a farm for. I've added in another one of these little drip leaf platforms, just so that it's a bit easier to make my way around, and I reckon I'll add one in here as well. Just need to work out exactly how I want it. This one I barely even stand on, but it's quite convenient to have in that corner, just so it's a bit easier to access. But the plan for today is to move into this area. But first off, we need to go to our storage and grab a whole bunch of items. So I think it's about 22 is what I want. Doesn't have to be exact, but that's okay. Yeah, we'll grab some of these. And because I realized after last episode I never actually added to my sort of farm thing, so at the moment I don't think I've got anything new to add on this side, but we need to light up the gold, we need to light up fire charges. I haven't done a witch farm, so I won't light up the redstone, but I do get redstone from my villagers, but I also get obsidian, gravel, and the glowstone as well, so I'll light those up, and yeah, so we can add to our board. So I need some more glowstone, which I'm not sure. I get glowstone from my villagers, that's why I'm lighting that one up, and I need gravel as well, which is in here. 32 should be okay. And we're going to throw all of the, I don't actually know if I've set up all of those sorters, so just jump through and make sure I've actually got everything set up first. Okay, I had to set up a couple, but we'll slap these all in to our items, and they'll make their way around and they'll light up each of those lands. So we'll have a few more on the board, which is coming along pretty well. Got a lot to still do, so I really got to actually get onto those at some point. But first, let's get onto some building. And a quick little bit of building later. Now we've got a pathway that actually leads down. I need to work out, oh, I do want to do this whole waterfall sort of thing down into this little bit as well, like what I've done there, which I'll work out. But here we are, so we've got a nice sort of mine looking entrance with a pretty cool looking floor, and all of that is leading to what's going to be our super smelter. So what I've got here is a minecart loading system. So back in, I think, Hermitcraft Season 6, Mumbo Jumbo built basically this sort of loading system, but I've just changed it slightly, so using the new entity dropping mechanic for hopper minecarts, rather than having a silo, I've got it so that it's using a dispenser. So every time a minecart leaves here, it also sends a pulse to replace it with a new one from the dispenser. So we'll have to collect a few, and then after going out around the super smelter, it comes back and knocks into the cactus and goes down. So pretty chill, pretty simple. And now I'm also starting to change away from these glass piping to the what's this called again? There, acacia trapdoor piping, which it looks like proper sort of industrial piping, and the plan is to actually go through and replace all of this glass stuff with the acacia, just because it is a lot smaller if you just consider the size of that compared to the size of this. So go through, clean things up, make it all look a bit nicer, and but first things first, we're gonna get started on building out our super smelter. And build we have, as you can see around me, there's a new area. So if we spin around, we've cleaned things up a little. We've got our deliver to storage, yes or no, we'll go through that in a second, and our items in and items out if we have this deactivated. So we can flick that on and things change behind, and that's actually sending stuff into our item storage just up there, or we can turn it off and we can get these items down there. I've also got this little area built because I realize I'm just about out of cobblestone and smoothstone, so things are running low, so I built this system as well, and I've got just some stuff here because I really need to decorate all of this. I think maybe got a bit of dirt and stuff, so might need to go through and fill in all of this so that it's not one big mess underneath. But we do want this water sort of flowing along, so I wanted to just sort of fill this all out relatively quickly in a nice, hopefully relatively good looking manner. We might chuck a dirt down here so we can have a drip leaf going all the way up, and then I was trying to get a bit more deep slate down in this area, as well as we're sort of going into a mining area. I'm stuck in a hole. Let me out. Which we now have done. So now we've got, I think or maybe not, we've got these two to do. Once we do that area as well, that plan is to go up, which we've got the storage passing across there, but we'll see what we can do about that. But yeah, so we've got these janky little bits of, I should probably block off in there, but these janky little bits coming down here. Maybe we'll change this one slightly, who knows, and we come down into our smelting area, and this will be also go down here. We're going to try and settle that gold farm stuff as just a passive one with the gold from zombified piglins. But yeah, so if we have a look, we can see now we've got the whole super smelter coming out with a bamboo farm above. So huge there. We've got the loader, and that comes out, filling up each and every one of these furnaces, hitting that cactus and that hopper minecart going into that dispenser below. We've then got this system here which had that switch, and that turns on whether we want it to flow here through to go up into the storage just there, or along this pipeline here to our regular storage. We've also added in this pipe over here to our cobble/stone generator. So pretty basic one that's just made so that we're mining it. We've got haste 2 and efficiency 5 from our beacon down there, and that just fills it in. All we've really got left to do now in, well, I guess this section here of this area is that we need to sort of fill in this gap here. And there are a few gaps around, so I didn't actually notice that you can see through there, which I probably want to change a little bit. But eventually we'll head down in that direction, but not just yet. So we've filled all that out, and that's all looking pretty good. And I need to go and do, I think, a bit more resource collection. I haven't really done much mining or exploring recently, and I want to make sure I've got everything underneath here lit up, because next plan is definitely to get started a bit more seriously on that slime farm just over here. It's sitting up nice and close, which is great, but yeah, I definitely want to do that. And I need to work out what to put over here. I guess we can always come over here and have a look at the walls and decide, which one shall we put in? Maybe a squid farm. I don't know how well that would work up there with all the water below, but we definitely still need to do all the flower stuff. Sea pickles, actually, we don't have a farm for, which also I think would give us some more of the different fans. And we've also got moss farms and cactus farms and everything, which we do need to do as well. Maybe even get started on those guardian temples, which we have found previously. Maybe I'll get started on that on a live stream. But yeah, so I'm pretty happy now that things are starting to close off a bit more. Having all these open doorways, I think looks not great. I need to do something about my bedroom because this is not really where it should be, but I'm pretty stoked that now things are starting to build out and come along and also look a little bit cleaner with those different areas below and the way I'm doing the piping. So let me know what you think. I'm pretty stoked and I'd love to hear feedback from you guys. Always checking to see if there's been any comments, but let me know if you got any ideas of what I should have a go at building next. I think the next one might actually have a bit more work in the creative world that I use, and we can do a little bit of experimenting, trying to design new designs, because I think a couple of the last videos I've done have used sort of elements that have already been designed, so I do try to make as much as I can myself, but I'm glad at least I'm changing things slightly, updating them to newer mechanics. But thanks for watching. I've been Can't Find the Sky, and let me know what I should do next. See ya.